Hi, and welcome to my channel. My name is Terry, and today I am sharing a card that I created using the stamp and die of the month from the Not Too Shabby shop. So let's get started. So here is a close-up look at that stamp set. It's called Elegant Christmas, and I love the design of this girl here on the stamp set. And although it says Elegant Christmas, I wanted to stretch out my supplies and use it in another way. So what I'm going to do here is I am going to create a wedding card. Okay, so to start off my card, I stamped off the images onto white cardstock off screen, and now I'm going in with some Copic markers to color in the images. So I will go ahead and fast forward the time here and also play some music. So if you're interested in the coloring part, just sit back and enjoy. But if you're not, I will also leave a timestamp down below so you can go ahead and forward it to that time. Okay, I'll see you guys in a little bit.
Sunshine, you're my best times, you're my anomaly, and I'd choose you in 100 lifetimes. I'd choose you in 100 worlds. I'd find you, and I'd say I do for the rest of my life with all that.
Okay, so I am back. So after I finished coloring the girl, I went ahead and used the coordinating dies and ran that through my die cutting machine. To add a little more interest to the colored image, I like going in with my white gel pen and adding details and highlights throughout. Okay, so now let's talk about the background. I am using this stencil from Picket Studios. This one is called Winter Rings and it's a 6x6 stencil. For today's card, I am going in with a mixed media product as well. And when I'm using a stencil along with a mixed media product, I like using it on my Make Art station. The magnetic part holds the stencil in place while I'm spreading out the paste. So this paste here is also from Picket Studios, and I love the lightness it has. It's almost like a buttercream. So I'm going in with a mixed media spatula and I'm spreading that all over my stencil. You want to make sure that you're spreading it out on an even layer, and just using the palette knife, you want to just go ahead and grab up any excess of the paper glaze and put it back into your jar. And after everything was spread out, I went ahead and removed the stencil. Okay, so I went ahead and put that off to the side to dry. Now going in with the sentiment. I'm going in with the sentiment here. This one's called Fancy Life Event Sentiments. And I love this sentiment because it comes with the coordinating dies. I went ahead and selected one of the sentiment, and I am going to be heat embossing this onto black cardstock. So going in with black cardstock, I place that in my stamping platform, and I'm using a clear embossing ink to stamp that onto the black cardstock. I then added gold embossing powder, and using my heat tool, I heat set the gold embossing powder. Okay, and once that was ready, I went in with the coordinating dies and ran that through my die cutting machine. So now to assemble everything together, I like to mat my card panel down onto a black matted cardstock. So I'm going in and trimming a black cardstock that's slightly larger than my stenciled background. Now going in with a piece of vellum sheet, I went ahead and trimmed that down to size to fit onto my card panel. Okay, so here is all the pieces that I will need to assemble this card panel. So with the vellum sheet, I am going to place that on the center of the card panel, and I'm going to fold the vellum sheet down the middle of the card panel. And I will adhere the vellum to the back of the card panel using tape. You can use any tape here. I just use my washi tape. And after that was taped down, I went in with liquid adhesive and adhered that onto the black cardstock. And to give the card a little more dimension, I went in with foam strips and popped the girl onto the card panel with foam strips. And I also layered the sentiment die and adhered that on with liquid adhesive. And to give the card a little extra something, I went in with a few embellishments and adhered that down using liquid adhesive. And this card is almost done, so all I had to do next was adhere it to a top folding card base in white. And that's it. I hope you found this tutorial helpful, and please don't forget to thumbs up, comment, and subscribe. Until next time, I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.
And I will, when the sky is falling, I promise you